Welcome back to Dinar Today, everyone. I'm glad you're here because today's update is one of the most talked about developments we've seen in a long time. This news has been circulating fast. It has sparked intense discussion across the Dinar community, and for many long-term holders, it feels like a long-awaited sign of progress. We're talking about Chase Bank lifting all payment limits and why this move is being described as a major breakthrough for Iraqi dinar holders. Now, before we go any further, let's be very clear. This is not hype. This is not rumor-based excitement. This is about understanding what this change means, why it matters, and how it could affect anyone holding Iraqi dinar, both now and in the future. So today, we're going to break this down carefully, step by step, in plain language. For years, one of the biggest frustrations for dinar holders has been bank-imposed limits. Many banks restricted how much currency could be exchanged at one time. Even when people held large amounts of dinar, they were often forced to break exchanges into smaller pieces, sometimes over days or weeks. This created stress, confusion, delays, and in some cases, fear of missing the right timing. For long-term holders waiting on a potential revaluation or major exchange window, these limits felt like a wall standing in the way. That's why this update matters so much. Chase Bank removing all payment limits changes the landscape. It means there is no longer a cap on how much can be processed in a single transaction. For holders with significant positions, this is not just convenient, it's transformative. It signals that the infrastructure is being adjusted for larger financial movements, not small retail-level exchanges. So let's talk about why this is such a big deal. When a major bank removes limits, it suggests preparation. Banks do not make changes like this casually. Policies like payment limits are tied directly to liquidity, risk management, regulatory readiness, and system capacity. Removing them indicates confidence that systems can handle large volume transactions efficiently and securely. Now, the question everyone is asking is, why now? Why Chase? Why at this moment? There are several important factors to consider. First, Iraq has been making steady economic progress. Over the past few years, the Iraqi government has focused heavily on currency reform, banking modernization, digital payments, and international compliance. These steps are not flashy, but they are critical. Global banks pay close attention to this kind of progress, especially when it involves currency stability and cross-border financial readiness. Second, major banks like Chase operate based on forward-looking indicators. They don't wait until an event happens, they prepare for it. Many analysts believe that lifting payment limits is a preparatory move, ensuring systems are ready if exchange demand suddenly increases. Whether that increase comes from higher transaction volume, international settlements, or potential currency adjustments, the bank must be ready ahead of time. This is where speculation around a possible dinar revaluation comes into the conversation. While no official RV announcement has been made, historically banks adjust limits before, not after, major financial events. Removing limits allows smoother execution, faster processing, and reduced congestion during periods of high demand. Now let's bring this back to you, the holder. If you are holding Iraqi dinar, this change represents freedom and flexibility. It means you no longer have to worry about hitting artificial ceilings when exchanging. You can plan with more confidence. You can move larger amounts in fewer transactions. You can reduce delays, reduce exposure to timing risks, and simplify your overall exchange strategy. From a practical standpoint, this matters a lot. It means less paperwork, fewer appointments, and fewer complications. It also means less emotional stress. Anyone who has held dinar for years knows that stress comes not only from waiting, but from uncertainty. Lifting limits removes one major unknown from the equation. Another important factor here is accessibility. Previously, some holders had to work around restrictions by visiting multiple branches, using intermediaries, or spreading transactions across institutions. That creates complexity and risk. With limits lifted, the process becomes more centralized, transparent, and manageable, especially for those with larger holdings or higher denominations. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. When a financial giant like Chase makes a move like this, it doesn't happen in isolation. Other banks pay attention. Financial institutions watch each other closely, especially industry leaders. Policy shifts by major players often trigger industry-wide adjustments. That's how trends begin. This is why the Chase update matters beyond just one bank. It has the potential to create a ripple effect. Other banks may follow suit. International institutions may reassess their own policies. Confidence spreads. And confidence is one of the most powerful drivers in financial systems. And why Chase specifically? Because Chase is not just any bank. It's one of the largest and most influential banks in the United States, with deep global connections. When Chase updates internal policies, it sends a message not publicly, but institutionally that preparations are underway. Now let's talk about something extremely important. Risk management. Even with this positive news, holders must remain careful and informed. The dinar space has historically been filled with rumors, false promises, and misinformation. A policy change at a bank is encouraging, but it does not eliminate the need for caution. Always use official banking channels. Always verify information. Never rush decisions based on emotion alone. Timing also matters. Lifting payment limits does not mean exchanges will happen tomorrow. Financial systems move in stages. Governments, regulators, and international frameworks all play a role. What this change does mean is that when the time comes, the process is likely to be smoother, faster, and less restrictive than it was in the past. There is also a psychological impact here that shouldn't be ignored. For many holders, this news brings renewed hope. It's tangible, it's real. It's not just talk, it's an actual operational change. And that kind of progress helps people stay patient, focused, and prepared. Preparation is key. Make sure your dinar notes are clean, intact, and well organized. Understand your bank's procedures, plan your strategy in advance. With limits lifted, you now have more control, but preparation ensures you use that control wisely. Liquidity is another major factor. Removing payment limits improves liquidity, allowing money to move more freely through the system. Liquidity is essential for any large-scale exchange activity. Without it, delays and bottlenecks occur. This move directly supports stronger liquidity conditions. Internationally, this type of change matters as well. When US banks adjust policies, global institutions take notice. Increased acceptance, smoother processing, and standardized procedures all contribute to broader currency recognition. So what should holders do now? First, stay informed. Follow credible updates. Second, remain patient. Third, stay prepared. This is not about rushing, it's about readiness. Progress happens in stages, and this is a significant stage. Community also matters. Engaging with credible dinar communities helps filter misinformation and share real experiences. Knowledge is power, especially in complex financial situations. As we look toward 2026, many believe this period represents infrastructure alignment systems being prepared before larger shifts occur. Lifting payment limits fits directly into that narrative. There are still risks, of course. Currency markets always carry uncertainty. But informed holders who stay grounded and cautious are in the best position to benefit when opportunities arise. Now imagine the momentum if other banks follow. Improved access, higher confidence, stronger systems. Each step builds toward a more efficient and credible exchange environment. So let's recap. Chase Bank lifting all payment limits is a major milestone for dinar holders. It improves accessibility, enhances liquidity, builds confidence, and signals preparation within the banking system. It's not the end goal, but it is a powerful step in the right direction. For holders, it means more flexibility, more control, and fewer barriers. It's a reason for cautious optimism and continued preparation. Thank you for watching Dinar today. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, share it with other dinar holders, and subscribe to stay updated. We'll continue bringing you clear, grounded, and easy to understand updates as developments unfold. And one more thing before you go, if you want to stay informed from multiple sources in one place, go to Google and search dinaropinions.com. On that site, you can find the latest dinar opinions, dinar guru updates, and news all on a single page. Stay informed, stay patient, stay prepared. Big changes move quietly, and we are here to track every step.